We're so sad.
Fourth grade summer is
I'm a
when
killer.
Robert introduced me to the child molester.
Mmm.
This child molester ran things like he was the head honcho at a brothel for child molesters. Okay, I mean he had his own prices for each person, whatever.
Oh, look.
We were two kids who didn't have jobs, too young to
I'm a white
work.
collar man and I don't look like a child
Wasn't about
molester.
anything smart.
Surprise. I want to know what's up inside
Okay,
my daughter's
and it
cunt.
was all motivated by money, and it was nice. You know, we
So
could
I
go to
can
a
keep
pizza
her away from her
party, or
mother.
we could throw a party. We could throw a pizza party and be there all day and just have a blast and forget about what happened to us. The money helped everything go away.
I'm surprised I
And I
didn't
was
dyke
very
out
disturbed to
sooner,
me
to
when
be
I found out
perfectly
before the
honest.
stand Robert's molestation.
Oh,
I only performed oral sex with a condom, and
I only
I
performed
let him
oral
perform
sex.
oral sex on me, and that's as far as I ever let him go. Uh, for Robert, the nature of it was much more worse, much more severe, much more disturbing. We would go to certain places to do these sex acts. Okay, I would have my turn, and then I would leave the van while Robert had his turn. And Robert always had $150, $200, where I would have 50 or 75 with him. I guess I always thought Robert was better at giving oral sex for money than I did. Whether he did it with a condom on or not. I guess that's all I ever thought.
I guess he's
We
not
never
using a
talked about
condom.
that aspect of the transaction.
Gross. Getting kids to give you blowjobs. How low is that?
I believe it made Robert do
You
violent,
think?
damaging things. He never put it together that him shooting those two guys
How
was
bad do
like
you have to be fucked with as a
getting rid
kid
of
to fuck you up?
or atoning for the damage that been done to him in his life. Whether Robert sees it or not, he is
I'm
targeting
surprised
these
you're
two
still
big
an
guys because
entertainer,
he's
honey
been
bunny.
molesting himself. That is exactly how I feel. That's exactly how
I'm
I feel.
surprised you didn't run and hide from everybody. You had great people like Kate Winslet in your life. Thank God for her. Thank God for Anthony Hopkins. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, yes. He did not understand the right of waiving his rights. Life without parole. I think that's a little even. Who's already did his due diligence.
I knew that I was different and I wasn't like some of the other boys my own age. Because it happened to me, I spent a considerable amount of my time trying to be with every girl that I could be to prove to myself or maybe others they didn't even know that that wasn't my fault. That wasn't me. I wasn't gay.
I wasn't gay.
Um, so I knew that part of
I
it.
just knew how to use my
It's hard
penis.
to talk about, but
I'm not gay. I just know how to use my
he's
pussy.
a little disassociated.
I'm not
Like he's
gay.
talking
My
about
wife
the
is.
story of somebody else's life. I do think that he was trying to prove to Gustav that he was attracted to.
That was one of the
not,
funniest things Bob said to me.
because that
I'm not gay. My boyfriend is.
a lot. I know that you can like joke around and call him. Back then the term was faggot. That was a word that we used a lot. If you said that to him,
Yep,
he'd
we's
get very
faggots.
upset.
I'm not gonna get upset over it anymore.
Believe it.
Spade's a spade now.
Not for Robert, we know.
I'm bisexual. Get used to it.
I wasn't into anything on the side and secret.
I'm getting used to it.
His masks were
I like
so-
looking at pretty women. I think I'm gonna go look at them gallery girls this
There's another one underneath it,
Sunday
and then probably another one underneath
or
that.
Monday.
He just put all these
Drink and draw.
walls and masks up.
Here she come, honey
I don't
bunny.
think anyone could have penetrated.
Promote them gallery girls. Jennifer Fabulous. Come meet them gallery girls and get your jaw
I
on.
didn't really want people to know who I was. Was I the kid who had been molested? Well, I didn't display that for everybody either.
I didn't want anybody to know I've been
Some of the way I
molested.
was living
Me?
makes me sound sociopathic.
Not
I
me.
guess by definition, that's exactly the way I was living. I was doing abnormal things and then living a normal life.
Robert Schaefer.
I
Alright.
never did have a resolution to the child molestation.
Oh, you think?
Revenge? No. Maybe
Is that why
just
you
everything
killed
just came
somebody?
out. And the murders didn't make it any better.
Oh, they didn't make
I didn't
it better.
find out about any of their backgrounds till after the fact, so I didn't know. Did we think we knew? Well, sure we did, but we didn't know for sure. I had a gun. I had a loaded gun.
I had a loaded gun with me.
Living a criminal lifestyle, and you have a loaded gun, and you mean to rob somebody. It can quickly turn into a murder, and it did. And so it was impulsive that I shot. I didn't have to shoot.
It was impulsive. I wanted to get them faggots because them faggots did some dirty things to me when I was a child.
So he pled guilty and asked the judge to impose the death penalty, and the judge, in fact, did just that. I get the feeling that he wanted to control things. He wanted to control the
He
way
was dumb,
treated, and that was a very
young,
powerful way to do it.
and full of cum.
The case was just becoming frustrating beyond all imagination.
I have mental illness, and I can't deal with it.
That if I pled guilty and asked for the death penalty, it would bring light to my case, that people would sympathize and
No,
cast me in a favorable light. And the old saying goes that be careful what you ask for. I asked for it, and the judge gave it to me.
and I was too stupid to realize that's not what I
I
wanted.
regret it for the impact that it had on so many people. My victim's family didn't even know that this was going to happen. They found out later that I got the death sentence. They weren't invited to the courtroom. They didn't have a chance to speak. In the United States, when you're sentenced, the victim's family has an opportunity to speak. It's called a victim impact statement. They have a chance to come up there and say whatever they so choose to you. And I wasn't prepared for that. But I also knew I was truly guilty of the murders, and I couldn't face them. And I didn't want to face them. I was ashamed of myself. And I robbed the victims, but I didn't realize that until later.
Look at him, kid.
If I
Just
had
a
the
dumb
chance
little
to talk
kid.
to anybody, I would probably most want to talk to him. I mean, I just didn't ruin my victims' families' lives and my family's lives. I ruined his.
I ruined that dumb kid's life.
If I would have told the truth from the beginning, he might not have ever. And I very easily could have put him on death row for what I did. I didn't want another murder, and that's what it would be tantamount to. But I would simply tell him I'm sorry.
Oh, he only served 11 years in jail for your lies.
I did record to Robert. I basically told him things haven't changed for us. For me and my side,
Forgive ya.
we forgive him. You know, I mean, we're
We forgive ya.
whatever the parole board decides, or whatever anybody decides, we're okay with.
I don't think he knew the impact that his letter would have. It was a life-changing moment. I remember the date I received the letter. It started a process that I was on my way to, but I needed someone to kind of give me. I didn't need a nudge. I needed a push. And
Oh, well, you need to go and try and ask the judge and say, well, I was dumb.
He showed me,
I was dumb.
led me to finally do something good. Telling the truth is never easy when you've lied. But to tell the truth about killing two people is even worse. And I'm grateful that he did that.
Well,
Every once in a while, I think
I should
about,
get over it because my son is going to take care of me one day. Ha ha ha.
at
He's
times
going
I
to see
think
what I did for him. No, he's not.
that I'm redeemable.
He doesn't love me. I am not redeemable. Jay is so dumb.
I am very, very sorry for what happened. And I wish that I could take it back.
I certainly wish I could take Josh back.
What I did, it's not who I am.
Back to when I wanted to leave him, when I told my son I was going to leave him. When my son was young. I definitely wish I could go back to that time.
Shot to the cheek and then stopped in the jaw. I drove him around behind his desk and I stabbed him approximately 25 times. I think
The best present my son ever gave me. This is my son. This is what he gave to me. Here's that. That too. He gave me lots of that. I am a killer. Underneath these blankets, you do not want to get under the blanket. Living with the consequences of being a killer. Being Donald Trump. There she is. There's our serial killer. She had to protect the oceans because them faggots couldn't keep them dicks out in the ocean. Them faggots can't understand the Kim Kardashian kill 'em with kindness. Was meant to be kill 'em with kindness.
I've been here 20 years, and I was 18 and 2 months when I caught this case. My earliest memories were of my father as an alcoholic.
When this is all they know.
Probably 4 or 5, maybe even younger.
Oh, I have to be
And my
restrained.
mom was waiting on him, and it was stark.
A bad boy, and I've never gone crazy in jail yet. But they don't want to give me the chance.
I would run to my room.
I have to be restrained. I have to be restrained.
As I knew what was
Restrained every chance you can get.
I couldn't help her, but I was also terrified that I was next.
Oh, we're gonna put this white girl in jail. Who hasn't been in jail in 50 years?
A divorce. And then I thought it was
And she's gonna laugh about it.
But it didn't get better.
Because she didn't get stuck in there, even though they wanted to put her in there longer. I'm sure they wanted to keep me there. I think a lot of that David Harris. He's not an old bastard. He's not a mean old bastard. You're just a crazy bitch. Oh, look at that.
Came down to
Pretty.
Florida. Within a year, I got like
Too bad. Look like
4 or 5
the Venice
times.
Canals. That's where I'd like to live, honey buddy.
Breaking and
Oh, the
entering.
Venice Canals.
I was doing drugs. I experimented with marijuana, alcohol, hard alcohol, beer, some roofies.
No roofies
maybe
for me.
gasoline a couple times.
No huffing and a puffing.
When the courts heard that, they suggested that I go to a drug rehab.
Off the rehab for you. Oh, you was on
showed
fentanyl.
up
You
one
gotta
day
go
and
get a
dropped me down
drug
at
test.
one of
No, I
those
don't.
places. There's 10 other boys your age there. They're all there more than likely for the same reason. And me and Keith just gravitated toward each other, I guess, and started talking. Became fast friends, really good friends, and friendship built. The longer we spent in that rehab, we became friends on the streets.
I don't know why
Went to the same
or
high
how
school and
I can
hung out pretty
spill
much every day.
my stuff everywhere. What a ding dong. Done spilled my water.
Me and Keith started dating two sisters, and Tina was the youngest sister.
Done spilled something in my bed, so it's all wet again.
That's how we all came together.
I'm stuck.
Tommy was brought
I'm
into
stuck
our
all
group by
wet.
another friend of ours.
Oh, I've got a puppy dog
Just rolled up
laying on my wet
in his
feet.
car one time. Tommy did, and I didn't have really much interaction.
She's on
with
my
her.
leg. She's laying on my wet feet. She's like, oh, this is a nice, comfortable spot.
And
Why not come
he
up
was a
here,
little bit
puppy
older than
dog?
us,
Why not come
and
up
we
here?
just started hanging out.
There you go. Hi, Gogo. Who's the Gogo?
When me and Keith was
The
in
Gogo.
that rehab together, we would escape the reality of our situation by fantasizing about, when we get out, we would do all these things, commit crimes, and we would
We'd
better
go
our
do.
lives, we would get away from all
We'd
these
go
things.
rob a bank. I know how I want to rob a bank. I know which bank I want to rob. I know I can get
Fast
away
forward
with
to that
it
day,
too.
I don't remember exactly how that came up, but
That's the kind of
it
crime.
came up.
The crimes I want to think about. What would I do if I could commit a crime? If I could be a criminal, what would I do?
We could take his car, take his money,
Certainly wouldn't want to kill anybody. That's nasty.
do what
That's
we
nasty
wanted
to
to
kill
do, be on
people.
our own.
I did not kill Josh. He killed himself. I was there. I was on fentanyl. And I was like, what the fuck are you? Who the hell are you? And what did you do with my husband?
I gave it no
I
mind.
guess I gotta replace this one. This one's defective. Somebody take him back. Send him back to the factory.
Meticulously planning it out. I wasn't doing that. Neither was Keith.
I need a new one. One that doesn't have an extra large clitoris. Just a nice large one. And I can find with my teeth.
He came over, picked us up.
My friend Buzzy, she said one of her girlfriends ended up being a dyke after I was like, there's no way. Oh, yes, there is. She looked at me and she's like, I'm not dyking out with you. I was like, I'm not a dyke. She knew I was a dyke. She could look at me and say, yeah, I'm not dyking out with you. Well, I didn't want to dyke out with you. I didn't know I wanted to dyke out until I saw that girl up there talking to me. I'm talking to you, Catherine Elizabeth Clay. Just you. Nobody else but you.
So, we drive out to this abandoned area, this undeveloped area in Cape Coral.
She's got to be 50. She's got to be loosey-goosey. She's got to be funny.
Tell him,
She's got to know how to give 21 orgasms. And only give guys 5. 5, and the 5th one being breastfeeding. Oh, to have a hard on and not rub it off.
He carried it around the back of the car, except for protection.
Have to wait until you get that child off your titty and then go rub it off. We'll talk about some blue balls. I had to feed twins.
Me and Keith are outside.
Bacon and eggs.
Talking about what's going to happen.
Look at that. I'm gonna be a grandfather. I can't
We
wait.
gotta finish them off.
I can't wait to be a granddaddy. No,
We gotta kill them.
no, I really can't wait.
he's talking about, well, how are we going to get him out of the car?
I don't know how we're gonna get him out of the car.
How much he valued that car. Loved that car.
I love this car more than I love women.
Keith had the box cutter. We cut the bumper with the box cutter and told him, hey, you know, when he was driving back here, you must have hit something or something happened to the car and there's a cut on his bumper.
Hey, look at
He
that.
got out.
I know you love that little big
He looked
puppy
at the
dog.
bumper.
I know you love it. She feels like a feather
I
boa.
felt like this rush of adrenaline. I was trying to get
She's
myself
so
to do it.
soft.
And I just couldn't do
I
it.
should go get some Depends
Yeah.
on. I just can't.
Just stepped past that.
It's so hard. Loosey goosey, put your Depends on. I don't want you pissing in my bed. I came a lot. I don't think I can pee anymore.
Fell down. And
I done emptied my skins clean. I swear to God, Evan, there have been times I have come and come. My husband and I used to look at each other and going, "Why aren't you dead yet?"
You know, moaning and saying
So much water came out of me. It was so funny. Why aren't you dead yet? I mean, really, this should not be happening.
That's what he said, you know, take the car.
I know, I'm a freak of nature. What can I say?
Said, you know,
What can I say?
is that a possibility?
Just a freak of nature.
Amongst ourselves and said that's not, you know, that's never going to get.
Oh, that's never gonna happen. Oh, we never gonna get in that kind of trouble. We just gonna watch it on
He
TV.
says, you know, we had that agreement.
We'll
knock him
watch you
out,
do it.
we finished him.
King Louisville's being King Louisville. He can't be too Louisville. He's too being too
Hit him
Louisville.
again with the bat. And stop making noise. Stop banging.
Princess
stop talking.
Coco. You're delusional. No, I'm not.
He grabbed
Actually,
one of his shoestrings from his
I'm playing chess.
tied him up.
And I'm looking for my queen.
I said, Keith, you know, it's on you. He's out. That's when Tommy said, I'm not out, I'm not out.
I'll be the
And
bishop.
I walked over there. I hit him with the bat
Or the rook.
several more times. Really hard.
But not the castle.
Everything that I had dealt with my entire life came out at that moment, and all those feelings, all that anger, and
I guess that could be the castle.
just
I'll be a pawn too, 'cause it's good to have a good
all
strong
happened at that
pawn.
moment.
Strong pawn can get you your queen back. Look at that. Somebody paid
And
attention
he
to
wasn't. He was out
chess.
then because he didn't say anything else. He didn't resist.
Hopefully I won't do anything to get rid of that
And
queen.
started cutting his throat with
Hopefully
the
I
box
can
cutter.
protect that queen. Make her mine.
We drug him to an area of more like shrubs and ground cover, I guess you would say.
Are you showing me your nipples that don't get poppy anymore? Oh, I'm so glad you're not pregnant.
Took a big piece of wood and put it over him.
Those puppies would have made me the saddest to let go. Because they would have been the cutest.
When we drove off, we threw a bat in water and a razor away.
Aww.
Got rid of the clothes we were wearing.
Coco
They were covered
san.
in blood.
Aww. Who's giving me a hug? Who's giving me a hug? Is it you? Are you giving me a hug? I'm sorry your daddy did the deed on you. I don't know if it's better that a dog just has sex. I don't know why I heard that, you know, dogs are better dogs if they have a litter of puppies. Maybe it's just they get some dick. I don't know. They didn't have plan B for dogs. Surprise. Boy, when I found out a volume, when you give a dog, a 10-pound dog, 10, twice as much volume as you do with this girl,
I met Keith.
I was like, wow, that's a lot of volume for a dog.
We started dating.
I know what it would do to me.
All of us had problems in our families. And we have all been talking for quite some time about wanting to run away together. And our biggest problem was how any of us were going to go anywhere. And Keith and Josh had said, don't worry about it, that they would get a car.
I'll get a car so we can run away. I can go run away and fuck my mother off. No, you can't. Oh, I don't want to return this child to his mother. I hate that. She's a baby rapist. Well, you don't know me in real life, do you? I lost my partner, and his parents weren't around to help me take care of a child that I could not raise by myself. And they knew exactly what they were doing. Too bad they're not going to like the way people look at them in the future.
And we asked, where's Tommy?
They don't believe in me. Surprise. Sir Anthony believes in me. He believes I'm the right woman for you, I'm sure. 35 years old and you need to find somebody who's going to love you for you. Love you for your insides more than your outs. And then put some food in that belly. Put some food in that belly. Give you some reasons. That's what I want to do the most, is just give you a couple of little reasons. Just a couple of little chocolates. It'll be like petting this little bitty federal boa. You'll be like, oh no, I gained 5 pounds. I'll be like, yes. It's been 5 pounds in 6 months. You can have another 5 pounds in another 6 months. It's okay, 5 pounds ain't not gonna kill you, honey bunny. You can go do your starvation diet next month. You can do it monthly, because we know that you gotta starve yourself.
This is
So that's the way you live longer.
18.
I starve myself too, but I hate eating all this medication without eating something food. Is it a puppy dog?
This here was the last picture taken. That's Tommy. That was a Thursday night before he died. And my sister. And that was the car, the Ford Probe that they wanted.
A Ford Probe.
I took the picture of him and my sister. He was tickling her ribs.
Don't tickle me. Don't touch me, Evan. Ha ha ha.
He got killed. So I know that was the last picture taken of him.
That's so sad. I know that was the last picture. That's so weird to think of film being the last picture of somebody. A last picture show, Sybil Shepherd. I loved watching that roast of Bruce Willis.
He liked cars.
I love seeing Sybil Shepherd. Boy, they were mean to each other.
Like to make friends.
Sybil did not like to be out shepherd.
Never drank, smoked.
Oh, hi. Hi, Google son. Is it you? Is it my puppy dog? Is it my little bitty puppy dog?
He was going to community college, just started taking up criminal law. He wanted to be a cop. And he said, I'll buy a duplex. And he'll live in one end with his family, and I'll live in the other end. He's going to have his Lamborghini in the driveway. It's okay. Sounded fine at the time.
He's gonna get his Lamborghini. That's all I want, honey, is a Lamborghini. Just buy me a Lamborghini. I'll be
He
happy.
didn't know
Soon as it has a Tesla
at
coil
first
in it.
what had happened.
Evan's
never
not
thought
like
to turn
that.
to this.
She's like, no, I want the cheapest Tesla
We
you
had
got.
gone to
Most
Josh's
economical.
house,
Don't
with
want
his
no
stepfather,
fuss, no muss.
and went
Might
high
have to
school
have a
and
third
talked to
person in
friends.
here one day.
They assumed
Tommy
they all
can
went to
always sit
Fort
up
Lauderdale.
front if
We
he
thought the
wants.
worst thing was
If
that
he's old enough to sit up
he
front.
was not a drug user.
I do not
They
mind.
got him on some kind of drug, and he's just forgetting to call home. That was
I know how
the
special
worst
it was
thing we thought.
for us to sit up front. I know I never got to sit in the front seat. The only time I ever got to sit in that front seat was when I broke my leg.
They did the positive ID through the dental records.
Boy, did I
Because
love
of the
sitting in that front
decomposition,
seat after
11 days in
that.
a field in Florida in the heat.
Well, I kept him alive. I kept him alive.
He should have been able to do everything that he was going to do. He didn't get to do it. All over a stupid car.
All over a stupid car.
I mean, all I have to do is think about it, and I start crying like a little baby.
Of course.
Believe me, I'm pissed.
How could you not be pissed?
He's lived all this time as my family dies. Coming from a peaceful hippie, this is saying a lot, but I ain't that peaceful. Peace, love, and happiness forever until you brutally murder my brother. I will dedicate my life. I will dedicate my life. They will wish they're better off where they're at because they will not want to meet me when they get out.
They will not, hell hath no vengeance like a woman scorned. Oh, that's got new meaning now. That's rich. That's
He
rich.
died on December 4th of 04, cancer, and yeah, he was hoping he could be there at the execution.
Oh well,
He was
too
gonna be
bad
popcorn
you're
in the front
not.
row. That was what he said to the reporters back then. But as he got sicker and sicker, we knew he wasn't going to be there. Just, 22 years is a long time to wait, He's definitely should have been put to death a long time ago. In their minds, they had a reason, they planned.
Uh-oh, do I need to go get another
Looking back
plan
on
B?
it,
I better
there was
get
absolutely
another
no
one,
reason. Tommy was
just in
trying to
case.
tell him, take the car, take the car.
Yvonne said she
knew they
thought
were
she
telling
might
him.
be pregnant again.
But they continued, they made the
I
decision to
should
kill
listen
him.
to her.
They could have just taken a car
Because
and left.
she could have gotten pregnant again after she
They
didn't.
made the wrong choice. Now they're paying for it. And one's going to pay with his life.
Better go get a plan B. Just in case. Just in case. It's always good to have plan B twice.
When I was 19, I was married to Peggy, and she is the mother of Heather, our daughter. And Peggy is also the mother of Josh Nelson. I think I was divorced at 21, and Josh came along about 3 years later. I can remember as Heather was 6 months old, feeling just concerned on a bigger level as to the maternal care that Peggy was able to give to her. I can remember I could hear Heather crying in the back of the house, and I might go and check on Heather, and she'd quiet down. And then once Peggy got up, and I heard her go to the back of the trailer, and the crying stopped quite suddenly, to a point that I was just conscious of it. It just seemed different. And I got up to walk back just to see what was going on. And as I went into the room, Peggy stepped back from Heather, the baby, and had a pillow in her hand. And it appeared as if Peggy was holding the pillow over Heather's face. And she stepped back. Heather started crying again. And I couldn't see it directly, but it felt very much to me as if that's what was going on. And I questioned Peggy about it, and she denied it. She said she was just, she was just trying to comfort Heather. And there were a few incidents similar to that.
That's some scary ass shit.
When I did get custody of Heather, I can remember asking Heather, is this something that you want? Because, you don't know for sure how kids feel about this. And I can remember Heather saying, well, yes, she did want to come to Michigan and stay with me, but she was very concerned about Josh. She says, I don't want to leave Josh there by himself.
My mom was not nurturing. I would say that she did not have the mothering ability. I think that there was just a void inside of her that she wasn't able to.
Yes, your
be
father
the mother
took that away from
myself
me.
and Josh
Yes, Josh
did,
took it away from
that
me.
children are supposed to have.
Josh robbed me, and so did your grandparents. Robbed me of my
Alan,
dignity.
Josh's dad, the alcoholic part, I think is what defined him. Because I know that he was physically abusive to Josh. I mean, he spanked him a lot. He yelled at him a lot.
I yelled at my son. He wouldn't listen.
But I guess
I didn't know how to get
I
him.
don't know how much of
I
that
didn't know
went
what
on
to say.
more when I wasn't there than when I was visiting. If that's one of those things that people behind closed doors, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you
It's
didn't
kinda hard
see
to
him
know.
raping me. Surprise. Neither did I. Surprise.
I think that kind of an environment destroyed Josh.
Oh,
He was
yes.
never given the values, the morals.
Oh, I hope
I don't
my
think he was ever
son.
taught how to love. When you don't have that, you can't give that, and you can't. There's just nothing. Like I said, I just don't think that he ever had a chance. they moved to Florida in like 1991, that kind of cut off any communication or ties to family. I found out about the sexual abuse that was going on with him and Greg, his stepdad, during the trial. I mean, I had no idea.
Wow, gross.
From what I read in the report.
Gross, gross, gross.
Greg's
That's
sexual
one thing
abuse
you
of
can
Josh was
promise.
a
I
weekly
promise.
thing.
I
It was
think
not
children and fucking
every
with
once in a while
children
thing.
is
It
one of the
was-
most
it was
disgusting
from the
things
way
you can
that
do
the
on the
reports
planet.
read, it was almost
I
like
know
this is
I
their
was
life.
fucked with as a child. That's how come I know. That's why it's disgusting. And I still forgive my dad because he thought he was doing the right thing instead of just asking me if I was molested. He had to check and make sure I wasn't lying. He didn't ask me. He didn't explain to me what he was doing. He just took me to a gynecologist. And I was so scared of that motherfucker. I can't tell you how frightened I was.
I tried to roll away, and he was persistent. And then I would try to roll. I acted like I was asleep. I acted like it wasn't existing. I mean, it wasn't happening. It couldn't be happening.
I wish I had been awake.
Myself, and eventually, I got an erection. I was young, and my body responded. And then he would perform.
Look at that clitoris. Look at that clitoris expand. That's what it looks like when it's hard on a girl, too. Surprise. You have to work twice as hard because we don't have half as many blood vessels going into it.
Like I said, I just something
Like your penis. Surprise. Science. Surprise.
Eventually, I got up the courage to tell my mom. After it had been happening for six months, a year, I sat her down.
Oh, she was glad. She was glad it was you and not her.
And she called him into the room, and he acknowledged it. He said he thought that I liked it. That's why he was doing it. And she told him that if he ever did it again, she would kill him. And I'm sitting there thinking the whole time,
She meant
if he
it.
ever does it again,
Why not
what
now?
about the times he did it? You know? What about all those times that he did it?
I swear to God, that kid doesn't think I didn't know he was romantic with that pedophile. And it breaks my heart that he thinks he could have that kind
I
of
find it hard to believe.
rule over my son's head. Groom him to hate, so his mother hates him.
Child.
He was a teenager.
Sitting on death row.
What, did he kill his own stepdaddy? I hope
And
so.
there's no accountability for the people who have let him
Where he is.
I mean, I wish that I could have saved him.
You couldn't.
I wish that somebody would have just saved him.
You were just a child yourself. Too bad I'm just a dumb brain damaged woman myself. Because nobody deserved what my son went through. I feel bad for what he had to go through. I wish to God I didn't have to help. I'm glad somebody could step in. I just wish they hadn't stepped in as much as they did. Or I wish they would have given me the respect and dignity to talk to my son. Or at least talk to me. Instead of being a fucking keep away from Catherine. Oh look, you're being mean. I get to be the judge, jury, and executioner. No, you don't, bitch. You don't get to be that bitch because you are not California courts.
It didn't stop for a little while, maybe a month or two, maybe 3 months. But yeah, it didn't stop. Yeah, he approached me again. By this time I was 18 and I felt like I wasn't going to let it happen anymore. And he didn't react, but he's like,
It's like these people wanted to break me and then break me again. What the fuck did they have to do that for? Why did they have to be that evil? Let's break her and then break her again. Let's break her some more. I'm never going to do anything to help you again.
For whatever reason, I don't know, I just trusted.
Well, I didn't do anything to your son that he did to himself. I tried to tell you, you old fucker. You wouldn't listen to me. I had a right to know what was going on. Well, so did I. I found out the night before you did. How the fuck was I supposed to respond? Hey, Dave Harris, I realize that I'm your daughter-in-law and everything, and we should be friends, and we're not, because you're too busy upping your wife's cunt. Why, how about you come help me with your son, who's a fucking drug addict? I just found out myself. Who is he and what the fuck did he do with my husband? That's all I could think about. Who are you and what the fuck did you do with my husband? Killed Tommy. I hope they killed that bastard. I hope he killed that motherfucker. Well, I was raped by this asshole. I accepted a ride.
My sister and I went to Josh's house to see Keith and Josh, and Keith was not there. I was going to walk to a payphone to call Keith, and Tommy was there that night, and he said that I could use the phone in his car.
Oh, the places I would like to go.
We got into his car.
Now here with my
drive up the road to where he could get service in order for me to make the call.
Nowhere with my
And I
woman.
agreed. Instead, he drove me to a remote area where no one else was around and proceeded to
She went and friended all of my my accounts, and I was like looking, going, where did she go? Where's Evan? I hope to God Evan's still around here. I scared her off. No, she just found your very private account where there was nobody following you. And she knew you'd eventually find it because your brain-damaged ass was going to be looking for her because you couldn't find her anywhere else on Instagram.
But later on, finally admitted what he had done.
Finally admitted he was a rapist. Surprise. You're gonna lose them nuts. Why don't you admit to it? You're gonna lose them nuts. You might as well cop to it. Oh, yes. I killed that bastard. I killed him good and strong. He was a child molester.
When I first found
They
out
don't
what happened,
stop.
I was glad Tommy was gone.
I was glad somebody killed that
That was my
prick.
initial thought. And I would never
And then I was saved. Because, oh no, he's dead. No, don't be saved. He's gone. One less rapist
Not
on the
that
planet.
I felt they did what they
I'm
did
sorry, it was your daddy.
simply because
That's the
of what
rapist.
Tommy did to me. I knew they both had problems in their own lives. But I felt
Sorry,
that
it's your daddy.
telling them
Sorry,
what
it
had
had to
happened
be him.
was the straw.
I wish it weren't. I wish he could stand to look at the whites of his eyes, because I was finally able to look at the whites of his eyes. We were finally back together, and you took that picture of us at Escondido Falls in Malibu. That's when I finally had started to accept the fact, even though my body could not turn him away because it was so addicted to your dad,
A lot of people were
you do not
destroyed.
understand how sexual addiction works with
Josh,
two people.
Keith, the
I
entire
do.
Owens family. Nobody will ever.
People don't
Be the
count
same
on a sexual
after that
addiction. People don't talk about that, Evan. God damn it, this has been an
Josh
hour.
will always have